Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. I am the mysterious JG, and we are in the Via Infinito dungeon of Bavel. Or rather, we will be as soon as I select Continue from the Deepest Cloister Reached. And we're trying our best. Make sure that I don't have the lure bracer equipped on brother lure bangle. It's the charm bangle. It doesn't work, but there's a slight chance in my mind that it reduces the encounter rate, even if it doesn't eliminate it. So I keep it equipped. We actually do want to fight this thing now because we want to oversoul them. Oh, that's not what I meant to do, actually. I got the wrong person using Mirror of Equity. Because she hasn't taken any damage, so this won't do any damage. On the other hand, for Yuna to do it right now would be really good. I'm hoping she gets a chance to do it. Now Riku would be well off to use it, but whatever. Still only 800 damage. I think we're still better off just using Spalkodus. Its attacks are irritating because they knock you down to 1 hit point, however much you have. It has an area of effect attack that does just regular type damage, which is why you... And not to mention Storm Cannon, so you need to keep your hit points up above 1, but yeah, it's kind of an annoying enemy. We will fight them as we encounter them because we need to oversoul that enemy type. A lot of other enemy types we'll just be avoiding. And I think I'm going to start avoiding Tonberries because there are going to be circumstances where I feel like I have to fight them to continue. I think all of these guys we can avoid. Yeah. This is a good place to get all of your oversouls in, because if you've got every enemy type oversouled, then as you get deeper into the dungeon and encounter harder versions of enemies that you've already oversouled, they'll oversoul immediately too. You run away and you collect up an encounter with every oversoulable species in the game, which is what you need for like the ultimate, although maybe not in the international edition, but it was in the original edition. That's pretty much the best garment grid you could get, was the one you get for oversouling everything in the game.
No problem.
No, possibly a problem. Especially because when we're fighting this guy, Pain doesn't have the freedom to go around using turns, using ethers on Pain, Riku. Yeah, whatever. Well, maybe here she actually can. Big splash on Pain, so she doesn't get to do anything, she just dies. Oh, but Yuna actually has the garment grid that gives her white magic, and since she knows all the white magics except for like holy and stuff, which you can't learn from being a white mage, full life is a freebie. And pose. Yeah, somehow her stance in the samurai costume does remind me a lot of Okuni in the Samurai Warriors series. So I don't know if we can oversoul these guys. I have a feeling that we can't oversoul the fish. Luckily, the battle shouldn't last long enough for Doom to make much of a difference. So Butch Reed and Ron Simmons, they can just stay home. Bobo will enjoy that one at least.
I've got it.
I got it, I got it. Uh-huh. And you should still get through your ether. And Yuna will act like she's doing a fireworks attack, but not actually do anything. This game. Alright, so if I can, I will avoid combat with the Tonberry. And that warps me here. And now that's my exit. Okay, there's a way to avoid fighting it. There always is. Because at this point, you're not really meant to be able to defeat them. Ooh. So we oversold that guy, but not these guys. Why did I do a regular attack? That was weird. Wasn't really thinking about it there. Well, the sparkler is tending to wipe stuff out in one shot. Just waiting for whoever was sparkling that to get it off so that we can, yeah, probably run. He's like, nom nom nom. So somewhere back here is going to be a way to avoid fighting that thing. Here it is. It's probably something you have to trigger that will make a path over appear. Yep. That was a combination of me logicking out how this game tends to work and also the fact that I think I vaguely remembered it, so. Okay, so do this right. We should, you gotta stick with sparklers and not fireworks so you don't kill the oversold creatures, but, a moment here we should be able to run from this battle. We won't get as much gold and experience as that we've won. Also, this is kind of annoying. The best possible, this garment grid that I'm going on about, I'd completely forgotten. It gives you an attack which does insane damage if you've never run away. And if you have run away, then it's just based on your character's strength. But I long since like screwed that up. I forgot about it, basically, that there's a reward if you never run away from combat. And I was trying to jump off to the side. Oh, never mind. I think I did succeed. So I had mentioned that these guys are a pain in the butt to defeat because of their high defense, but they're fairly easily handled with sparklers and stuff because it doesn't seem to pay any attention to physical defense. So actually, this is not the same enemy I was fighting in the... I don't think it's the same enemy I was fighting in the monster arena. I think this is a weaker version of same. But it's some really long... Like, I fought against these guys to level up my Berserker Dress Sphere because they... You just pound and pound and pound on them. Gaining AP by using your skills, but it takes forever to defeat one that way. So you can kind of just keep doing the same button mashes while listening to something else. Not worry about over-leveling your just regular old experience. Its defense going up does make these do less damage, though, it seems like. But it died anyway. It's kind of a dumb legend. Alright. And I almost forgot, well, I kind of did forget that I was trying to avoid Tonberry combat. Okay, I think the floaty lightning mask species of enemies don't oversoul. So I'm just going to run away from them. And treat them as though they were oversouling. Pretty sure I'm right about that. We can double check the next time we get up to the Celsius. Because the creature creator separates the oversoulable enemies from the non-oversoulable enemies. You gotta keep them separated. But yeah, again, the samurai class here is pretty useful once you start learning the skills. Which is why it's sad that I feel that strange compulsion once you've learned all the skills of the class and it really is useful to you, you want to stop playing as it so you can be leveling up something else. So Yuna is going to be pretty useful to us as she has most of the samurai skills, the Bushido skills. And then I'm going to have to turn her into a damn alchemist. Let Riku be the, Pain be the one dealing out damage. This'll do it, doop-a-doo. You're throwing sparklers straight at the poor thing's head. I mean, an enemy that big, you can actually really tell. They aim for the head every time.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah, my sword's bigger than him. Oh yeah. You have to be a little careful at the beginning of any cloister because you never know when you're going to run into one of those big, big Drake guys, Elder Drakes. I'm Varan. No one can beat me. He seems to say. Wow, Desperation Strike did no damage. That was kind of... Dark attack! Dark attack! From the South China Sea to the shores of Waikiki. Yeah, another one Bobo is likely to get, and maybe not anyone else. It's a public record. It's a Dungeon of Doom in WCW days. And the Shark Attack joined their fold. Okay, we've seen this one before. Do this to avoid a meaningless battle with an Elder Drake. We could fight the Elder Drake. We shouldn't. We eventually want to get that Drake enemy type oversold again, but fighting Elder Drakes is the slowest possible way to do that. I don't think there's any blue magic to be learned from this guy. Humbaba. See, I wouldn't have chosen this as my... if I was going to call an enemy in this game Humbaba, I would have made it a reskin of Chocobo Eater, but that's just... Yeah, Humbaba's in this game not really that big of a deal, I guess. Wasabi? Mr. Sparkle. Oh, I accidentally used Magicide. Doesn't matter that much with Yuna, I'm just wasting a turn. She's got the Ragnarok accessory, so her attacks don't really take any skill
look
points.
what I found.
I could be using... Oh, never mind, this is Riku. Could be using like... Oh, I took away its magic points. I don't even know if enemies in this game need... Let's try using Dismissal. We never got to do that before. Stop right there.
Hey, look what I found.
Yeah, you got a lot of Mega Potions. We get it. Hey, Mighty Guard. You can use a Dispel Tonic on him, except that it... Oh, it didn't work. He didn't have any MP. So I guess it does make a difference. I'm not sure what happened with the Dismissal. Doesn't seem to have done anything. Tyrant Tail, did a little damage. I never noticed until just this second how goofy Pain's item throwing animation is. And now Meteor. So maybe I should have used Shell. Oh yeah. Oh, you. I think you're the enemy that we hadn't encountered at all yet. So let's go ahead and use Hayate on the people who can use it, which is now everybody except Pain. For some reason I decided I want my healer to be slower than everyone else. Bok choy? Is that like cabbage or? Oh, you didn't even get a chance to do anything. Yeah, the battle's over, Pain. I mean, alright, whatever. You're like cock the fist as a gun pose there, Roman Reigns. You knock yourself out with that. Cloister 37. It looked for a second like we were in a
I'm on a roll.
grand cloister. Alright, so Vespa is gonna oversoul. And Spine Drake. He would have oversold automatically, except that we defeated that oversold Elder Drake. Looks like he's going to take one more sparkler to go down. Ooh, terrifying.
Ready or not, here I come.
Oh, there's a fire breath attack we should be learning at some point. Not from this guy, but from a similar type of enemy. And we run in terror from an insect. Well, it is a group of girls, after all. Imagine if, like, a millipede were to attack the Gullwings. It'd be totally flipping out. No fear. Cero miedo.
Hey, look what I found.
And the behemoth sticks out its arms. Again, it's mostly for Bobo's benefit. Break it, motherfucker! Break it! Because that's what you do when you're fighting against someone who has no fear. You demand that they break your motherfucking arm. Or that you call them motherfucker and demand they break your arm. Yeah, that's what you do. Guess it makes sense for Yuna to use Magicider since it does try to do Mighty Guard eventually. It's trying to do something right now. As a matter of fact, I should have used Magicider. Well, Thundara's not that big a deal, but... But yeah, annoyingly, it doesn't need MP to use Meteor at the end of battle. And I really got to consider now. Pain now knows all the alchemist techniques. She just learned one of their passive abilities. She now knows all the alchemist techniques except for Elixir. So I probably want to think about switching Yuna over to being an alchemist so that Yuna can work on learning some of that stuff. I'd like for them all to know Ether. Right now, Yuna doesn't know Ether. And if I switch Yuna to an alchemist, there's no point in her... Finger snap. Revert one enemy's attributes to normal levels. Oh, okay. That's actually useful in certain boss fights. Because it gets rid of... anything that they do to, like, increase their defense. That's another one you're supposed to use against Adamantoises. Because they keep doing defense up as the battles progress. Damn, I was just about to hit the button for Mega Elixir, and I didn't do it in time. And I'm pretty sure that means she won't get up and do it. Yep. I hit it after the menu kind of disappeared, like The option is gone. So let's check and see Pain's, yeah, she's got all the passives, which is, item time greatly reduced, although that's when you use the item command, not the stash command. So if you want to actually use items out of your inventory, you can do it very quickly as an alchemist. Doubles potency of recovery items, but I think it's only, again, if you're using items out of your stash. And so now she's working on elixir. Meanwhile, how close is Yuna to mastering this job? I don't even know what this one is. I might keep her here for a while just so that she to find out what else is going on in the job. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a good time to switch. Oh, oops, I was on my way back from this one, not activating it. Alright, give enemies a chance to oversoul so we can figure out who is who. Oh, it's using some obnoxious status effect stuff, although appear to have really high resistance to some status effects. I don't think that's because maybe it's passively we have resistance because we mastered the Dark Knight dress here, but I don't think so. I just had a couple of good rolls on the status effect thing. See, I got really turned around. I thought I was on the center one as we got out of that previous battle. So I was just totally turned around and confused. I don't want to take another step forward because we're about to encounter Tonberry. Riku, I mean, me too, I mean, I don't know what I mean. Bushido! Probably not much point in hasting. Maybe there is. I feel like if I haste up the samurai, then they are gaining they're gaining stuff faster than Pain is, ability-wise. I went for Magicite again because I don't know why I did that. Maybe I, for some reason, thought I was going to have. I don't always remember to do it at the beginning of the battle, so I thought maybe previous times that it burned off some MP, but no, I pretty much one-shot taking out all of its MP when I use Magicite with Eunice, so I need to remember that from now on.
I'm full of surprises.
I don't know if I've been staring at the screen too long. I thought it said it did 11,000 damage to Riku. Obviously it did 1,000 something. Curious if Pain is queued up to do a Mega Elixir when this thing goes for Meteor. Does she get to do it or not? Or Mega Potion. Man, it'd be nice to get Mega Elixirs as a stash ability, but that would be pretty OP. Poor thing can't go back down for its regular on all fours motion animation. Right to the back of the neck. Yep. You speaky Japanesey. Okay, she's oh, she does it before he does Meteor. That's some bullshit right there. Meteor. It's not called Meteor in this game. This is taking forever. Ah, oh, come on. That's you. I'll kill you. Did you just get frozen in place? No. I don't know why I thought that was happening. She just has a stoic pose when getting ready to use a samurai attack. It's kind of a samurai deal. I guess what we'll do is we'll get to floor 40 and we'll call it a video there. So we'll have a whole video of just cloister hopping, and the next video we'll have a boss fight. How's that sound? Let me know first. Let me know in the comments, even though I'm almost certain to have recorded the next video in this series before this one goes public. Oh man, I was too slow with the button inputs. I didn't get to use an ether. If Pain actually learns Elixir.
Hey, we need you.
No, seriously, I'm taking a break. Fuck you guys. But I was gonna say if she learns, I'll go for Hayate because Yuna's gonna kill it when she attacks. I guess not. She didn't get it off. But yeah, if Pain learns Elixir, she basically has to stop being one of the alchemist people forever. The alchemist people. It's my that's my bizarre and possibly offensive nickname for Albed. The alchemist people. You know, I have not. This has not been a long session, but my voice is starting to go. I think it's. I actually really did. Not only did I not bring down a cold drink at the beginning of the session, between videos I have not bothered to go back and get one. I'm discovering that this was a foolish mistake. Should I run now? You never know. Something will happen and Yuna won't get off her attack. Yeah, it appears that Yuna didn't finish off the Spine Drake after all. Need to finish off that Spine Drake so we can all run away from the insect. There we go. And keeping that insect alive and oversold basically means anytime we encounter a new insect, I don't have to worry about whether it's one we've already oversold. Just every time we come across one, we'll know we got it covered. Is there going to be... Okay, no. This map doesn't have them. That starting point looked very similar to the starting point for a map where you have to be dodging Elder Drakes as they ram into the wall.
This is kitty stuff.
Is it?
Tentacle rape is not kitty stuff, Riku, and I guarantee you that's where this is going. No, it's not. Luckily. Oh, good. The potions seem to take effect after the mega push, or the potions seem to take effect after the tentacle attack. But Riku is not sorry that she was forced to destroy an innocent octopus creature that was just doing what nature put it on this world to do: float around in the air and attack girls. Sorry, even I shook my head at that one. Of course, it's you. You're the guy who's going to take the longest to deal with of all the enemies we could have run into at this point. Oh, and you picked the only one that attack was going to be beneficial to. Good for you. The other side apparently takes some wind up. Alright, so this video's already gone just a little over, making up for the last one, which was just a little short. That's what she said, her. But yeah, we finished this guy off. We pretty much should be able to just drop down a little hole and get to the next cloister where we can rush out and save our game and call the video. I know I'm looking forward to it.
Take this!
これでさよなら。
And again, they won't let it settle back on all fours where it's comfy. Where it's comfy doing uppercuts. It's like, I hate you girls. Mighty guard, mighty fails. Tyrant Tail's probably the best attack he's got other than Meteor, which
I'm full of surprises.
he doesn't really get to bust out as a regular attack, unfortunately for him. Oh, I was wondering if it was just a fluke that last time Mega Potion was all queued up to go, Meteor came first, but I didn't really get to find out that time because he attacked me before I could do a command input for Meteor. Signed, sealed, delivered. She's yours, folks. Hey, it looks like Maester Jiskel. Are we going to get to meet with all the old Maesters? Are we going to get to meet with Kelk Ronso? Is he part of the Dark Twisted Secrets of Spira? Guess we'll find out later. Because for right now, we're going to save our game. And you know what? I guess I could leave it as a cliffhanger. But part of me kind of wants to see what old Jiskel turns into. And I might not have any more time to record today. So let's see what Jiskel turns into. How do I know he's going to turn into anything? Maybe we're going to have a perfectly civil conversation with Jiskel. Let's see. Yuna, I'm so happy to meet you, my future daughter-in-law. Oh. Okay. Turns into a mean old enemy. I believe uses Ultima on his first turn. I wonder if we'll be able to survive. Because this is be a big part of determining whether we continue with the Bavel Underground right now. And no, we can't. So next time, I might be figuring out how to fight this guy. Using like different accessories, you know, something with auto shell, different classes of characters who have more resistance to it, or I might not. We might just not be doing the Bavel Underground next time. But I don't know. We'll have to see how I'm feeling. 'Cause even if we can defeat this thing, I might want to just defeat it and then come back and do more Bavel Underground later. Memory of previous playthroughs, I almost always just rigged the girls so they could survive one attack from that, and then just did a lot of damage. This is a boss that by boss standards has very low hit points, but deals a lot of damage, so you just kind of want to end it fast. Speaking of ending it fast, I'm going to end this video now. When we come back, folks, we'll be doing something in the exciting world of Final Fantasy X-2. Bye for now.